Are you experiencing your divine masculine being scared off, nowhere to be found, and it seems like all you want to do is love him, but yet he's scared of you? I have a few tips on why that might be happening. But before we get started, I am Kanisha. I am a certified ascension coach with Twin Flames Universe, and I would love for you to like and subscribe so you could receive more content. Okay, so I'm going to give you 3 reasons on how you might be scaring off the divine masculine. And this could sometimes not be, it's not intentional, I know that for sure, but consciously and subconsciously, these are things that you could be doing that could scare him off. So the first one is going to be you are scared too. You're scared that maybe he doesn't want you or desires you or loves you as much as you love him. And you're scared that maybe it may not work out or he might find someone else or whatever the situation is playing in your mind. You being scared is going to be mirrored by him being scared because you are one divine being. You share the same consciousness. So whatever you're thinking, he is also thinking. And that means that you can heal that by going within and looking at all the places where you are scared of actually being in union with your twin flame. Now, this is something that I had to work through myself because it felt like anytime I entertained a negative thought or a doubt about my union, my twin flame was nowhere to be found. But when I started saying things like, my man loves being with me as much as I love being with him, he loves and adores me as much as I love and adore him, all of a sudden I was getting communication from him out of nowhere. And he was wanting to know how my day was going, and he was planning dates and doing things like that. And so, as soon as I changed the story about how I felt about my twin flame and how he felt about me, and instead of being in a scared and lack mindset and going into a love and abundant mindset, it was reflected back to me. And so instead of him running off or being scared, he was showing up. And it was like we'd never really experienced the scared part because we had healed it. And so you don't have to worry about it unless you decide to go back into being scared again. And that is just going to reflect any worthiness blocks or any place where you're feeling not enough. And again, you can heal that using the mirror exercise. Just locating that part within yourself that feels scared of love or scared that you might be abandoned. Whatever it is, you have to be honest with yourself and be willing to go into that space. And so the most important thing you can do here is really just be your authentic self. Really look at the places where maybe you desire to be a little bit more confident in yourself and work on becoming more confident, because confident is a skill. It's not something you're born with. It's something that you learn. And so as you learn to know that you have everything that your twin flame desires and wants in a partner, that you have so much to bring to the table, that you are the perfect divine feminine for him, as you're confident in that and really choosing to show up as your authentic self, you can't help but attract your twin flame. Okay, number 2 is going to be you trigger him. Now, this is something that you can't quite control. But what I learned is when you trigger someone, you're actually unconditionally loving them because you're showing them a space within themselves that needs healing and love. And so if you trigger him, that's okay. You don't have to walk on eggshells or try to be the best that you can be so that you don't upset him in any type of way. You're his perfect mirror. You're going to trigger him. It's just part of the process. And so what you can do is you can have compassion for him and you can have unconditional love for him and hold space for him as he moves through his upset. And I learned that if I am upset that my twin flame is triggered, then it's now my responsibility to heal my upset with a mirror exercise. And the more that I just love myself in that space, the quicker my divine masculine is able to work through his upset. And so know that triggering each other is inevitable, but you're able to move through it so much quicker with unconditional love and by mirroring that mirror exercise so that you can just move through the upset instead of sitting in it. And so you're going to bring up his insecurities, and that might make him like scare off a little bit. And then also the love that you have for your twin flame is going to be more than maybe they're used to from other partners, because your love is unconditional for them. And so that can be a little terrifying for the divine masculines to really be authentically loved by a divine feminine. And so, again, you're just going to have compassion for them and patience for them, and know that your love is actually what's going to help them heal and move through any upset quicker. So, all you can do is hold space for them, love them unconditionally, maybe have a conversation with him and help him move through it, and just allow him to process it the way that he needs to. And then number 3 is going to be, you're trying to control how your relationship goes and unfolds. When I was trying to control how my relationship unfolded, my twin flame put up so much resistance because I was resisting, because I was trying to control. And I was avoiding how I really felt about certain things and not really giving myself love in those places. So in return, my twin flame started to avoid me because I was avoiding myself. And it's crazy how they mirror us perfectly. And so as I really started to look at these places where I was avoiding really loving myself and giving myself all that I needed in those spaces, attention, nurturing, presence, just checking in on my inner child just to see how she was doing throughout the day. Even though nothing was wrong, I was just checking in on her because I loved her. And in return, my twin flame started to check in on me and just see how my day was and how things were going. And I could say at first I was a little triggered because I was like, this is kind of out of the blue. And for him, it was normal because he was just reflecting my love towards myself. And so you have to release control on how you think your relationship is supposed to unfold. You can't go at your twin flame union like you would any other worldly relationship, because they are you. And so you hear a lot of information on how you need to let the divine masculine come to you, and if they're not giving you the attention you want, you gotta just leave them alone and don't do anything besides just let them be. That is a little bit true, but what you really need to do is put all of your attention and love back on yourself and put yourself as main priority. Really work on your goals, your choices for career, whatever that might be. And really just give yourself what you need in all those places. Make sure you have a routine and that you are honoring yourself in every way. And as you do that, you'll realize that your union was always unfolding perfectly and that it was always coming together. When you choose to be with your twin flame, the universe is going to work with you to make that happen. And so there's nothing you actually have to do in the physical world to make that happen. You just love yourself. And if you have guidance to reach out to your twin flame, follow that guidance. But really, you want to make sure that you're doing it from a place of unconditional love and not just trying to get attention or something from your twin flame. I really felt that as soon as I just let go of trying to get anything from him and just gave myself what I needed, all of a sudden he was showing up my door with flowers and chocolate. So you want to just make sure that you are giving yourself everything that you need and releasing control and knowing that everything is unfolding perfectly. It may not look like that in the reality, but underneath, when you're healing, things are moving underneath the surface, and you have to trust the process. It's really important that you have faith and that you trust the process of doing your inner work and knowing that you are healing your union. As you love yourself, you are loving your union, you're loving your man, you're loving God. So, just a recap, we want to make sure that if you're scared or you have any fears about love, that you're healing those, because your twin flame will mirror that back to you. Triggering him is unavoidable. It's going to happen, and it's okay. All you have to do is hold space, love him unconditionally, have compassion for him, and heal anything that comes up for you. And then last, releasing control and allowing things to unfold and not avoiding doing the inner work or avoiding yourself in any way. All right, well, I hope this was helpful. If you would love more guidance, please check out twinflamesuniverse.com. There are amazing ascension coaches there to help guide you through any upsets within your twin flame union and help you come into harmonious union with your twin flame. You are worth it, and you deserve to be in your harmonious union. You take care.